guys, welcome to season 2 of Sipping Tea with Suzanne in our brand new studio, Positive Vibes Studio. And guess who's with me in the studio today?
It's your boy, Manny J Media in the house. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, welcome to the show. Now, I promised Manny that he was going to be the first guest on the show in the brand new studio. So...
I love it. It's beautiful. It's a really nice studio.
Thank you.
And this is only the half of it. It's awesome.
This is only half of it.
You got a crew going on. I see you.
Listen, God
growing
is
and
so
glowing.
important. Blessings. God is so good to me. I cannot complain. But, you know, as I said, welcome to season 2 of Sipping Tea with Suzanne. We are live on YouTube every Wednesday. As I mentioned, we have a brand new studio, Positive Vibes Studio. There'll be more details coming out about that. But going forward, we're actually going to be having a show at 12 and 5. Oh, and yes.
Twice a week?
Twice on Wednesdays. And because it's my own space, I will also be doing other shows. Yeah. But for right now, we're going to go with the Sip and Tea with Suzanne. There will be other shows coming out of the studios. But anyway, this show is not about me. I will do a show and talk about me.
I am a little curious, though.
Yes.
Are you going to have other people who may be interested in doing podcasts coming and with your music?
Yes. There's some things in the work. Oh. There's some things in the work. I'm talking to some folks.
But let them know on a need-to-know basis.
I will let them know. But I just want to give honor and praises to God for just being so intentional in my life and everything that He does and He continues to do. Lord, I'm blessed. The reason for the season and everything, right?
That's right.
Yes, I got to shout out my producer, cameraman, husband, photographer, like whatever, everything. However, Paul, thank you for everything. This could not be possible without you. Yes.
Is
that all right?
Listen, he got a great setup.
Nah.
Very knowledgeable.
Yeah, he is doing his thing.
Man of few words.
Very few words. Like, seriously, can he get in any words with me?
Balance, right?
It's like you and I cannot deal with somebody who's like us. No. We need somebody who's quiet. Yes. All right?
That's right.
Yes. But first, I really and truly want to thank Life Garden Cafe, who was my space sponsor for entire season 1. Thank you so much for the opportunity to record at your beautiful space. Got so many compliments on just the decor, and we're not there yet, but we're going there. So thank you.
Hey, you're not far.
Listen.
My guitar's flowing over the sides, but bro, these
are these chairs nice? Are they nice?
Bro, and you didn't see when the camera came on. Chilling.
I know they're
it's beautiful, and then you got the gold-laced cups. I see you.
Listen, I wanted it's still me.
Fire.
It's still me. I'm trying. So it's called Sip and Tea with Suzanne, right?
So we must.
Listen.
Hey, pinkies up, right?
Pinkies up. So we're gonna be pouring tea in a minute, but just really and truly, Life Garden Cafe and Jesus Life Center, thank you so much for being the sponsor. And then, stay tuned because there's going to be an opportunity for you guys in the community to invest in the Positive Vibe Studio and become sponsors, and you'll find out the perks. But I am excited today because now the tables are turned.
Now we got to turn, okay.
Like the tables are turned because Mr. Manny J Media is my guest today. And we're going to be talking about you, boo.
Yeah, I've been nervous about this, you know. So first of all, to be fair, I've been begging you. Have me on your show. I want to come on your show, Suzanne. When can I come on your show?
Okay.
Because you've already come to me twice.
Yes.
And I really wanted to return the favor. I'm not used to talking about me. I'm used to more like elevating or embellishing other people, to uplift them.
And pour your tea.
Thank you so much.
Keep talking.
I talk about me in the context of you, I guess, which is different. But to be on this side where like the whole focus and everybody's just staring at me, it is a little nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think that's good as a host to get that, to see what your guests feel.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of times, like I guess somebody will say to me, like, I'm an introvert, like I don't really talk. But I love that because then I get an opportunity for them to open up and then, it just... revelations and just truly get to see who they are on the show, and the audience get to see that.
100%. I'm a closet introvert.
Okay.
I know that a lot of people don't believe that.
Yeah.
But I love staying home. I'm okay with that. I love being alone. I'm really okay with all that. Yes, I like company. Yes, I like people. Yes, I like to talk to people. But I also like to be able to take my time and go away.
Yeah.
You know, and just be by myself. I don't know. Do you do that?
Well, I do. And so the thing is, people think because I'm me that I don't like quiet times, but I do love quiet times.
Yeah.
This is how I have a lot of tea parties, you know, by myself, not because that I'm lonely, but because that's what I want. It's intentional. I like quiet moments, shocking but true. And, you know, being by myself, reading a book, sipping a tea, or watching a movie. Like last night, I watched like 3 Christmas movies. Like I love Christmas movies.
Did you see Candy Cane Lane?
Not yet. Okay.
Go watch Candy Cane Lane right now.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll give you my Netflix password.
Like, no, dude, like, no.
Wait, no, it's on Prime. Amazon Prime.
It's on Prime, and Netflix cut that foolishness out.
Listen,
all
Netflix
my family members had to get
Netflix
their
is
own
hating
Netflix.
on the hustlers.
Listen, Netflix, come on now. Like my whole family had to get their own
And
Netflix.
$15.99 a month.
Listen,
When they started out at $9.99 a month.
thank you. No,
the bait
I
and
remember
switch.
back in the day it was $6.99, and it was like you get the DVD and the streaming. But anyway, we can't. Okay.
We're veering now.
Let's reel it in, Manny. All right, cool. But yeah, no, I honestly was. I know you asked me a lot of times, and you know the timing wasn't right and everything, and you know where we were looking.
Yeah, and I mean I believe that timing is everything,
exactly.
right? And maybe I wasn't really ready to talk about what I got going on at that time too, because I'm still trying to figure things. I mean, right now I'm still trying to figure things out.
We're all trying,
you know. But I really do believe in one thing. Can I just shout somebody out real quick?
Shout out? Who you gonna shout out?
Shout out to the Village Worcester. I love you guys so much. Parley Jones, Shaisha, Medina, Shaisha.
It's well, just say Shaisha.
Shaisha, all right. Sorry, I'm thinking the last name.
Mommy, daddy, whoever. No,
anyway,
mommy and daughter.
Parley and Shaisha of the Village, amazing, amazing, amazing people. And one of the things that I often think of when things don't go my way, because a lot of times things don't go our way, right? I have them both right behind my ear saying, Manny, it wasn't meant to be right now. When it's your time, it'll be your time. Just sit back and wait for whenever things, well, not sit back, you know, do your job, but don't overthink it and try to force it. Just let it happen the way the universe has it designed for you. And I remind myself of that. So it humbles me not to like quit, you know, because a lot of times I want to quit. I mean, everybody in every job, I'm sure, wants to quit. And, you know, like, for example, when I may not get the interview that I thought I was going to get right now, I always eventually get that interview. And sometimes I feel like when it happens, it's even better than it would have been had I got it when I wanted it, you know? So, no, I have no ill feelings or anything like that as far as, you know, having to wait so long. I'm actually even more excited that I'm your first guest on your second season. This is really cool. And that was what was meant to be, right?
It was. I told you I had a plan, and I know where I was going with it, and in terms, and it just, like the theme that I was going, it just wasn't right, but I knew this, I had a plan, and I told you, I mean, season 1 ended in June, and, you know, I told you, like, once we come back, you're my first guest.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know how everybody waited. It was a struggle, because the vibes... I mean, who was your last guest?
It was
Mari Gonzalez.
Mari Gonzalez.
You know what I'm saying? And then you had Shaisha before that, and I'm like, bro.
It
was a firestorm in here.
It was like, so it was booked. I'm booked months in advance, and it just, I couldn't fit you in. Like, okay, people.
No,
like,
you had amazing guests, Nadine of Unique Cafe.
So many people.
Like, come on.
Anyway,
man.
we're not talking about like.
I know. This is what I do. All right, talk about me. What do you want to know?
About you. So
tell me what you want
to
to know. I'm gonna shut up. No, I can't shut up. I gotta talk.
Okay, so we do have creamer there for you, and there's sugar. I mean, it's brown sugar. I'm from the Caribbean, so it's brown sugar, and I got Gold Spoon, baby.
I usually don't do sugar, to be honest with you. I'm trying to watch.
I'm proud of you.
You know, all my carbs and all that stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm about to approach 40.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just got to be careful. I've been partying my whole life. It's time to stop. But brown sugar with a gold spoon. Who can pass up brown sugar now?
Brown sugar, baby. Yes.
Come on, Paul.
Yes. All right, then ignore the Okay, yes, because
I'm not doing the cookies.
Like, don't do the chocolate macadamia cookies.
I can't.
Because now with the update to the studio, right? Guess what? Now we got like cookies. But anyway, moving on. So. Now you are my first guest
no name
on the
tea,
show.
The no brand tea.
Yes,
Let's see how that. I want to
Until
sip.
Suzanne
Ready?
Gets
Ready?
that
Sip together.
brand
Cheers.
deal. Like, okay, come on. All right. Like, pinkies
to
up.
Positive Vibe Studios. Pinkies
up. Yes.
Okay. I see you with that brown sugar.
I told you.
A little touch of sweetness there.
All right now. Brown sugar, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Am I blushing too much? Shout out to my kids. I love you guys. If you know, you know.
If you know, you
brown
know.
Brown sugar's been a staple of my life.
Oh, Jesus, Lord. Caribbean brown sugar. But anyway,
listen.
Okay.
Straight from Jamaica.
We are the best.
Where they make them the best. Listen.
We good. We good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Manny J Media and the evolution, because I've been watching your progress. I remember, honestly, I think I met you at the Village. I did an event at the Village.
Yes.
And you were in the audience, and you came up to me, and we connected, and I think that's where we went. We came from there, and then through E for All, there. And let's just talk about the evolution of Manny J Media, like just how it started, and the things that you have done along the way, where you are now, because I see you everywhere and having interviews, and I will say that, your interview skills have certainly improved, like as mine, right? The more we do it. Yeah. So just really been watching your progress, and some big things are happening for you, and we're going to talk about the way I saw you at a Hollywood premiere the other day, and I'm still looking in the mail for my invitation, but
listen, can I just jump in there and tell you about that?
Let's go on. Because,
all right. So,
Yes.
I mean, I'm forgetting the last name. Keenan. Help me out. Keenan
Thompson.
Keenan Thompson. Thank you so much. I had to blank on the last name. That's why I'm not that great with names. I usually have to know names right before we go into it. But yeah, Keenan Thompson. I actually met him due to my connection with my accountant. Shout out to Leanne, holding down all the back office management stuff for Manny J Media, because there's a lot, and I'm not a money guy. I'm not really a numbers guy.
Yeah.
I'm not bad at math.
You're the talent.
Yes.
You're the talent.
Which I got something to say about that too.
Like, you the talent.
I got something about to say.
All right.
But so she was the accountant on Good Burger 2.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I was able to get there. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even a red carpet. Listen, so we go into this theater in Rhode Island.
Orange carpet, green carpet.
No carpet. Movie theater carpet. No. So my man was literally just standing there chilling. Nobody around him. No security, no camera people, no nothing.
That's nice.
And a couple people started to line up, literally 2 or 3 people. And he stopped and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take a picture with you." And they did all that. So I was like, this is my opportunity. Get in that line, boy. And that's the thing. Opportunities present themselves based off of where you're at and where you put yourself and who you align yourself around. Because I'm telling you right now, if I wasn't close to Leanne, chances are I would never have gotten to that. You know what I mean? Not now. Not at this point.
And that's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful opportunity for me to connect with someone that not only was an icon for me and my whole generation growing up, in the 90s, but also to present myself as somebody who is passionate and loves this industry, and let him know, hey, brother, I'm out here. And if you're ever looking for anybody who can do, interviews or can do production or anything like that, here's my card. This man grabbed my card and was like, "Thank you, brother," and put it in his pocket. He could have did anything. He could have been rude if he wanted to. He could have stumped me. He could have been like, "Nah, no thanks. I don't do that." All kinds of things. He didn't do that. Then he grabbed me by my back and Leanne by hers and posed for a picture that we had a stranger, just a random person in the theater, take a picture for us.
Just take the picture, yeah.
And I think that was such a genuine, authentic connection. In my opinion, way better than a red carpet.
I love it.
I did ask to go live. I was live when I approached him, but I had the camera off of him, and I asked him, "Do you mind if I put you on camera? I'd like to just tell the people who may be watching that I'm here with you, and maybe you can give them some words of encouragement." And he said, "Nah, brother, I'm not doing that right now." And I immediately shut the camera off, and that's when we talked, and he let me know what he was there for, and he did give me time, So I like to say that, especially in the media world, I feel like there's a lot of people who kind of force things, but if you just chill, let things happen naturally, you'll get so much further that way. And it is truly in all in who you know, in not only this industry, but in life, I feel. So, you wanted to know about Manny J Media and the evolution of that. So I'm gonna go from where I was just 2 weekends ago with Keenan Thompson and rewind it back all the way to the beginning.
Can I do something?
You sure can.
All right, so I'm going to call the producer because Manny walked into the studio. As you know, today's the first show in the studio, and Manny brought me something too. So bring it over because you know how I feel about this. Yes.
I'll give it to Manny so he can present.
All right, yes. Thank you, Manny.
You're very welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
A huge shout out and much love to you and Paul and this amazing studio you have here. I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yes, so let me
do you want me to take it back? Because it can't fit here.
So yeah, congratulations on Positive Vibe Studio. I'm so happy and excited for your journey out here at your new studio. Congratulations to infinity, Manny, John, and Leanne. And you know, I thought John was going to be here today, but that's all right.
Yeah.
So this is the Manny J Media team. So thank you, Manny. Thank you, John, and thank you, Leanne. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's just. Like, I can't wait. Like, we're gonna find a way.
Do you want to move this?
The tea. Like, let's move the tea.
There you go.
And put it
Look
there.
at that.
It's gonna go there. Like, we're gonna hide the tea. Like, because we already poured our tea.
We got our tea. We're good.
We already got our tea. So, like, we gotta get that in the camera. Like,
It's gorgeous.
It is absolutely beautiful.
If I could just give a huge
shout
out to Perro's Flower Shop on Grafton Street.
I know them.
So here's the funny thing that I wanted to tell you. Remember I told you I had a little story for you?
Yeah, tell me.
They know you.
Oh, okay.
Because here's the thing. When I went in there, for all y'all who think I floss. I try to, walk a good game, but in reality, I'm struggling too. So I'll go in there and I'm like, I need this, and I have this budget, and I have to stick to this budget because it's, we got a budget. We all got a budget. And, I talked to the lady and I let her know. She's like, I don't know what it is about you, but I'm getting this energy from you. And, what do you do? And I explained to her what I did. And she was very receptive and happy. And she's like, I knew there was something about you. And I was like, yeah, so I'm going on an interview with this lady, Positively Suzanne. I know her. She got all excited. And so I'm like, really? So I showed her your picture. She's like, yes, I 100% know her.
Aww.
So... we picked this out. They were able to stick to my budget, and as a matter of fact, gave me a really good deal on it.
I think that might have exceeded your budget. But
shout out to Perros. And what I wanted to say about this as well is when I never thought I could afford to go in a flower shop. That's not true. Going to a flower shop, they'll help you and give you whatever. I'm always going to Honey Farms like this. What I have to do. But I knew better. See, I knew better than to bring some honey farm flowers up in here.
No comment.
I was like, nah, Suzanne is too fabulous. Let me go to a real flower shop. Because,
I won't even say okay, go on.
These aren't Christmas colors. And I was concerned about that. I'm like, it's Christmas. I should get her something Christmassy. But then when I went in there, this thing spoke to me. Now, let me tell you. Yeah. These dark purple flowers, just the flowiness reminded me of your gowns that you wear all the time.
Oh, my God.
These other flowers here, I don't know what they're called, but...
These are tulips.
These purple ones here?
Oh, no, the purple. Are they chrysanthemums?
It just kind of reminded me of your headpiece and your hair, and it just gave me a really, it just reminded me of you. And then the yellow with friendship and vibrancy.
Oh my God.
This is the Suzanne bouquet.
Okay.
So that's why I picked it. It was the colors for me. It was the royal blues and purples, because royalty, of course. And then you got some beautiful lilies that are going to burst open for you, hopefully for your next guest, if it lasts long.
Okay.
But this
very
personal.
House, baby. I'm not
all right, well, there you go. There you go. You can enjoy it from home.
Well, thank you. Perros, first of all, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Manny. It's so thoughtful.
And who knows, Perros, you might want to sponsor, bring a bouquet once a week. Be a beautiful sponsorship,
oh my
don't you
goodness, think? It would be. But you know what, though? I really want to say thank you to the Worcester community, though, because I'll be going into spaces. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, are you Positively Suzanne? I'm like, yes. And they're like, I follow you on social media. Yeah. So this community, they truly show up. They know. They say hello. They come over. I'm not going to lie. They treat me like a celebrity in my hotel, and I love it.
Listen, you making a real big presence in the community. Look, you even, when I first saw you, I was like, I need to be her. Okay. I mean, not necessarily all of it.
Okay.
Not the heels and the dress.
But Manny,
no.
Okay.
I don't even think this figure will be able to balance all that, but whatever. I digress. What I'm saying is, as far as your confidence and your aura and and really the positive vibes that you put out there, I was like, that's what I want to aim to emulate. And also thank you so much for the kind words you said about my interview skills. I actually, I pay close attention to you in your interviews. And and also shout out to my friend Casey Panarelli. I'm not sure if you know Casey, but a long time ago too, she's like, Manny, you talk too much. You need to let the guests talk. And so I have her in my head all the time too, telling me to like, chill out and let the guests talk every now and then. So between you and my dear friend Casey, thank you guys so much. And I hope that I'm not letting you guys down with my growth. So I appreciate it.
There's nothing letting me down. You are doing Manny, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm supporting you and cheering for you.
Thank you.
So tell me about Manny J Media from 2 weeks ago to the not red carpet, we're going to call it.
Yeah.
And
amazing experience.
the evolution.
I felt like a celebrity that day.
You are a celebrity.
Oh, thank you. You know what's weird is a lot of people have been saying that to me. I'm not that person. I swear. I know it might sound cap, but I'm telling you, close people that have been in my circle for years have been telling me like they see me in this, I guess this level that I wasn't definitely not at before, and they're proud of where I'm going, and low key they feel like they know a celebrity, and it's just weird to hear that. And I'm sure, like you just said, you kind of experienced the same. When in reality, we're just regular people. And yeah, I don't know if I want to really accept that term, and that I'm not aiming to be a celebrity. I'm just aiming to be me and hopefully help the community along the way, whether it's through resources, information, entertainment even. You know, I want to give a new view, really, into what community is. That's really my goal. And, of course, there's other projects we have going on that I'll talk about in just a second that help sustain that goal, because that goal's not cheap and not a lot of people are paying for that part, because it's really community service at the end of the day. And because it comes from a place of authenticity and genuineness, I can't monetize that. I don't want to monetize that. You know what I mean? I want it to be authentic and true. So that's really where Manny J Media was actually born, out of a spark of that thought process. When I was already with other entities, you know, I got my start at Unity Radio. Shout out to Ernie Floyd and, you know, everybody over there. I will always be forever grateful to that door opening, for Ernie letting me come and literally take over his studio. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but he saw something in me. He trusted me with his baby, and I took care of it while he was gone. And that's really where the beginning of all this started. I'll be completely honest with you. When I first got there, shout out to Mike McGinnis. He had a show there. Mike McGinnis was formerly with the Kiva Center. I believe he's just retired now, but he had a show called Talking Wellness at Unity Radio. The day that I went with him to his show, I was that day feeling suicidal. I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't want to wake up anymore. I wasn't physically harming myself, was never a thought. Like I didn't know how I was gonna do what I had to do, but I wanted to do something and just be done with this life. So Mike's like, nah, bro, you coming with me. And just kind of put his arm around me, made me feel like I mattered that day, and just kept an eye on me, really. And then, you know, Ernie stepped in, we talked what we had to talk, and then I started doing the Unity Radio thing. Fast forward to just a year ago, of course, what's up, Worcester, right? Hey, what's up, Worcester? Hey. That's the tagline. You know, through Unity Radio and even What's Up, Worcester, I've experienced a lot of growth. And I feel like with other people, other entities, especially when you're real passionate about something, you're limited. Like there's always a cap, you know, there's always a ceiling. And I'm grateful for both opportunities, because it at least helped me build the confidence to be able to do this on my own, to where I'm now out here doing it on my own. And now sky, space, universe, you name it is the limit, because I set my own cap. I'm not restricted by anyone else and how they set up their organization. You know what I mean? So with the ideas that I already had, plus the things that I learned along the way, I'm sorry, I was trying to think of a fancy word. It didn't work out.
It's all right, boo. You okay? You okay?
You know, I've realized that at some point I need to stop relying on other people to prop me up and walk on my own. And so that was the birth of Manny J Media, which started last year. John Keogh, who is my business partner, along with Leanne, joined me in trying to figure things out last January as far as how we were going to move forward and actually start building a company. So we sat, we talked, we brainstormed, we figured everything out, and what our roles are going to be, which are very important when you're going into a business. You really want to establish roles and delegate responsibilities, because I don't know about you, but I can't do everything. Paul, I know you can't do everything yourself, brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. And I'm happy that I was able to secure that team where, you know, we have John on like the business management sales side. We have Leanne on the accounting, you know, I don't know what the word she uses fancy words, ins and outs of monies and all that stuff. And then, of course, you have me, the talent. Supposedly. And so we just brought those forces together along with other people. Shout out to my man Cole. Shout out to my Charisse. Aw, my co-host Charisse, Foodie Fridays. That'll be coming back soon, I promise you. And Stoop Kids. Do you remember Stoop? We got to do Stoop Kids. Stoop Kids is such a great show. Okay. Basically, we sit out on the stoop and talk like we're doing.
All right, Stoop. I thought you said soup. I'm like,
no,
I remember
Stoop. Stoop Kids.
Yeah, you did one with Natalie Rodriguez, who's going to be on the show, I think, next week. So,
Word. So make sure you tune in for Nat, because she's amazing, and she's another one of my influences, because I did have a studio this past spring at Nuestra Bow Mansion, and she actually helped me a lot. Okay. It's cool, like how much the community has come together to support me. I worry. There was one time I was trying to like big up somebody, and I don't know if you're watching, and I hope you know who you are. It was all love, and I kind of spilled the beans on what our connection was that day. And, you know, I since learned that may not be so great for business, but out of my heart, I was just so grateful that something was being done for me out of the kindness of someone else's heart. You know what I mean? That brings me back to Natalie. She did a lot for me out of the kindness of her heart and sustaining Manny J Media throughout the spring and summer. So thank you. And please tune in next Wednesday to see that interview, because it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, so, you know, we started our first show with Mary Depew. No, I didn't say Mary Depew. Shout out to Mary Depew, though. She's awesome. Representative Mary O'Keefe. Mary Keefe. O'Keefe or Keefe?
Yes.
Sorry. My bad. So we did our first show February 1st of 2023. So we're almost up on our year. And we got a lot of things coming. Yeah. You know, a lot of things in the works. But before we get to where we are exactly now, I want to shout out to my sponsors. I'm not going to shout them out individually on your show, but shout out to my sponsors, who are all community businesses. They're all local Worcester people who are investing in our effort to basically provide a platform to amplify whoever's doing anything great in our community. Because another reason that kind of sent me on this journey that we're on today, as far as my presence in the community, is, you know, there's a lot of people that got to work. There's a lot of people like yourself and Marty and everybody else who are so busy. Say you're attending one event here, there's another event there. But also there's a lot of people who have mobility issues, who can't get around, who maybe, or transportation issues, or their children or elderly, you know, and they can't get to every event in the city, but I can.
You can, and I love that. And I told you that's one of the things I admire about Manny J Media. I personally prefer the in-studio experience. But, you know, you're able to go everywhere and do it and give everyone an opportunity to see what's out there, because they don't know what's out there. You're right. They don't get a chance to get out there. And, you know, you offering it to them free of charge on Facebook. They don't have to subscribe to, you know, any channels or pay no $15.99
Right, there's no paywall or anything like that.
You know, to get that, I think that's really, really cool, you know, that you're able to do that. So, and, you know, I mean, kudos to you. You're giving a lot of props to a lot of people, but I want you to make sure that you're giving props to yourself for, the evolution and the journey, the failures, the success, like everything, the tears, the fears, the joy, like, because that's everything that comes in to make you. And I know you laugh it off and says, I'm just the talent, but there's no just, you're the talent. And I think people don't recognize that there's a lot of things that goes into, getting the talent in front of the people. But that's also an important role because it takes a certain skill set to be able to sit down and talk to people, even people that you disagree with, just to really get an unbiased side out there. Like I get excited, I'm talking to my guests, and a lot of times you could know that I like, the guests that are on the show, but there is times that, somebody will share something that you don't necessarily agree with, but they still have the opportunity to share, unless they're out there spouting hate and things like that. I'm like, boo.
Well, I mean, the political season that just went by.
That was brutal.
It was not easy.
That was brutal.
If I can, shout out to Etel, District 5 City Councilor. The race between Etel, and shout out to Jose, I'm sorry. The race between Etel and Jose was
very contentious.
Yeah, and I didn't want to, I wanted to be able to still show the community these are your options, and I wanted those options to tell the community from their own words why they should vote for them. Yes, I had my own feelings. Absolutely. I'm human. I had my own feelings about what was going on, but I wanted to make sure that I provided a fair and balanced platform to both, because it wasn't about me and my feelings. It was about making sure that the community had that proper awareness, that proper information to make a decision that benefited them on an individual level. All that mattered to me with politics, just so everybody's aware, is that we all engage. I feel like it's important that we engage, because when we don't engage, we give power to other people to put people in place to make the rules that either work for or against us.
No, absolutely. You need to vote. I absolutely think that you need to vote. And a lot of times people says it doesn't work. Well, I mean, if more people voted, I think, your candidate might not have won. So excuse me, there are candidates that I voted for that didn't win. But, I wasn't disappointed in terms that, I was disappointed that they lost, but I wasn't disappointed in terms that people still showed up to vote, because your voice matters. I think we should still continue to vote. Right. So, great job covering the political angle. Not a lot of folks were doing that. I mean, I certainly...
And it's boring. Tell me, no. Nobody wants to watch it. Think about me having to sit there talking to these people about things that, don't necessarily matter to me. Yes, the people that I talked to that I knew were benefiting me and that I was going to vote for, I could talk to them all day. Yeah. Those are my homies. But the other people who I knew, whatever. Yeah. However, I felt it was boring. Yes. So my job was to try to bring a little bit of lighten the mood a little bit. Yeah. Maybe bring a little bit of entertainment value to it, so that people were to engage, but also be able to walk away with some kind of information of value.
Absolutely.
To make a decision for their own lives.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm not going to sit here and act like it's extremely hard to do. I guess I have a talent for that.
You have a talent for that. Listen, stop downplaying yourself.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I'm just saying that I really...
I told you stop.
You did. But I really appreciate also, being given the opportunity to do that.
No, absolutely.
I don't know. I do have a problem that I want to try to figure out, and that's my humility. I don't want to sell out and stuff.
Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, I don't think we have enough time. Let's go back to the episode when I was on your show. When I told you it's okay to care about people. Care about people, but not their opinion of who you should be. Right. It's okay to grow. It's okay to evolve. It is okay to be proud of your accomplishments and your growth. Humility is important, because I think humility is when you have that air of conceit, like, I'm the only one doing this, no one can do it like me. Yeah. That's ego. Confidence is just saying, you know what, I can do this and I'm good at this. Right. And that's it. Like, you don't have to be egotistical to appreciate that you're good at something. Think of the people that you admire, like the Jordans, the Kobes, you know, the LeBrons, you know, the Oprahs. Like, I think of those people, they're great at what they do, and they are confident at what they do. I honestly don't, I mean, yeah, sometimes when you're in basketball, you got to brag and, you know, like whatever. But I don't look at it, I think you can sense ego on a person, like when they say, like, I'm the only one that can do this. No, you're not the only one that can do this, but you're the only one that can do it your way.
The way you do it.
So be okay with being confident in who you are.
The Manny
you know, that's just it's okay.
Yeah. All right,
like, it's absolutely okay. And stop worrying so much about, like, you know, I don't want people to think just sell out. Like, sell out what? I ain't got nothing to sell out.
Right.
You know, it's just like, don't lord it over people. Don't, like, act like you're better than people. But it's okay to be proud of your growth, like where you came from, where you started. You started from the bottom, now you're here. Like, be proud of that growth.
Right.
You know, I mean, honestly, my dreams for this studio is so big, but I am appreciating the start that I have now.
Yeah.
I'm appreciating this beginning. I appreciate where I was at Life Garden Cafe, having that start, but now, like, having my own studio. That's an accomplishment I'm proud of.
Yeah.
So be proud of the progress. Doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else, because it's my dream and it's your dream. It's okay. So stop.
I'm sorry.
Worrying about, no, don't be sorry.
Okay.
It's not.
I don't mean to frustrate you.
You're not frustrating me, but I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about people are going to think you're going to sell out. Stop worrying about, like, you're going to be egotistical, because if you know that you're not, then you're not. Like, it will kill you. It will give you imposter syndrome. And, you know, we already talked about that. Like, because then you start thinking, like, I don't belong here. Why should I be here? You prayed for it, and God is blessing you with it. So I think that be grateful. Yes, be humble. But also acknowledge how far you've come. And I want to touch back on something you said earlier. Like, folks say it's like you're a celebrity. And, like, I don't want to, like, I think you have to, like, define your own word. Like, it's to you, you're thinking, what is a celebrity? Like, there's so many variations. You could be a celebrity for anything, but, you know, it's in a joking term, and it's not. Like, you're a person of influence,
right? And
I think everybody has a sphere of influence. So accept that.
Because, I mean, I would say public figure, you know. This is like
that, you know, and that's fine. But it also comes with, I know people don't realize, it comes with responsibility. Because you're inspiring others. Like, you're showing, like, others who may have had the same circumstances as you, to say, like, hey, you know, it doesn't matter how many times I fall, as long as I get up, because there's going to be people that you reach that I will never reach, and there are people that I reach that you will never reach.
Right.
So accept that you have a gift, and you're blessed enough to be surrounded by people who gives you the opportunity to amplify that gift. And if you're able to help and bless others, that's great. And you're going to fall. We're all going to fall. We all fall. We all fail. But it's not that you fall. It's that you get up and that you try again. That's it. And that's my take on it.
And I mean, that's one thing I've done in life, is I've fallen plenty of times, but I've always gotten back up and
we all have.
Tried to do better. You know, just move forward in a better way than I did before. Not repeat the same mistakes, because you know, once you start making patterns out of things, you know, are you really serious about being, if they're hurtful to people, are you really serious about trying to be a good person?
No.
You know, so I feel like once you're aware and you take accountability for anything you may have done, moving forward in a path that's opposite what got you there into that little situation to begin with, is a thing. Yeah, you gotta.
And apologize. Apologizing is hard. It is.
It is. So it's funny, because I feel like when I apologize, I'm sincerely sorry. You know, I'm sincerely apologetic, and I say sorry because I didn't want to do whatever it was that hurt you in any particular way. However, I also know that a lot of people, like, actions speak louder than words. So you can tell me you're sorry all day, but if you keep doing the thing that you were sorry for,
then you're not
how sorry are you?
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, it's like a double-edged sword almost.
It is. I mean, you know what? Listen, and I think two things with that, right? Just because you're ready to apologize doesn't mean that the person is ready to accept it, right?
Yeah.
So I can do something to you and apologize, and if, like, you're not ready because you're still hurt, like, it's not your job to absolve me.
Right.
Like, like I have to figure that out.
Yeah.
So you can choose to forgive me or not. And by the same token, if somebody is apologizing to me and I feel like they don't genuinely mean, I'm like, just let it go and move on. Because I was like, you know what? They're not truly sorry. And I could choose to hold on to that or I can let it go. We have to learn how to compartmentalize and just realize that there's some people in our life that you have to keep them at a spot.
Yeah. Sure.
And you can't get them in your inner circle because not everybody's meant to be in that inner circle.
That's one of the things I've learned over the past going on 5 years now. Wow.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It really does.
I'm a very open, big-hearted person. And I always do things with the best intentions, and I low-key expect others to do the same. And I guess that's my fault for putting expectations on others, because that's one thing. Don't do that. You're going to set yourself up for failure. But although I want to take everybody with me, like whoever touches my aura or my energy bubble, I'm like, yes, come with me, let's be great together.
Yes.
And then in my inner circle, like in my home life, I'll bring these people too. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but it happens or happened. Remember we talked about patterns? We're not doing that anymore. And then you realize that some people are there for whatever agenda or narrative that they may have that doesn't necessarily fit where you had in mind, no matter how good your intentions, right? And sometimes those people, they teach you a very valuable lesson. And one of the lessons that I have learned was that I need to protect my inner circle, because I have an amazing inner circle. I have such a strong support. And then right outside that inner circle is my village, which you're part of. Such a strong support system. I got to protect all that. So I can't be having people in there that are there to be reckless or, threaten that in any way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Listen, your inner circle, your village, that's compartmentalizing, and that's really good, and it's important that you protect them. And you're right, people are gonna approach you, have an agenda, and it might not align with you, and that's okay. And recognizing that and saying, it's okay. Like, you can come with me there. And it's okay, and not feeling guilty. And I think that's where you think you sell out, because you
I want to take everyone with me.
Everybody.
But then I'm like, I got to go. And they're like, no. And I'm like, no, but I really got to go.
You can't bring everybody. I think be kind to everyone, but you can't bring everybody. I love Tyler Perry, and I admire him. And everybody's like, oh, he's a billionaire. But, I speak about him often. He talked about when he just started
That's
making
one of my, not idols, but one of the people I look up to.
Yeah, watch his story, and there's his life stories on Prime now, Maxine's Boy. And, one of the things, and he had spoken about it a couple years ago, or maybe recently, when he had just started, he said, he was trying to, bring everybody and support everybody, but he was broke, and, he made a couple $1,000s, and he was broke. And then even when he made millions, he was broke because he was, trying to support everybody. So then finally you realize it's you have to build a solid foundation before you're able to help. So it's you're not able to bring everybody in, support everybody, but build that foundation where you can get to the level where Manny J Media is able to be a resource and an asset for the community, where you're able to give out monetary things or whatever it is. So stop thinking that you're leaving people behind. There are people that are placed in our lives only for a season.
Right.
And it's okay. They came to be a blessing, or they came to be a lesson. And thank God for it all. But, you genuinely cannot bring everybody. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. It's difficult, but it's okay. And it gets better, too. It
does.
It's almost like ripping off that Band-Aid, but eventually that Band-Aid got to come off, right? So you rip off the Band-Aid, you move on, and the next thing you know, it's not even a factor anymore,
Yeah.
And so, it's vital.
There's good people in your life.
And the people who are meant to stay, you don't got to force it. They'll be there.
Exactly. And, I have people in my life that, our relationships have shifted.
Yeah.
Because I recognize that the level that I want to be, they're not ready for that level.
Yeah.
Or even maybe the level that they want to be, I'm not ready for that level, because I'm always trying to meet people who are at a level that I really truly want to learn from.
Yeah.
And, it's understand it's okay, like this person is in my life for a reason. They're not meant to be in the inner circle. They're out there, somebody I can, like, you can touch base with. I have people that, like, I talk to, like, once a year.
Yeah.
And, like, the conversation is fantastic. But I think any more than that, like, just would be too much. Like, we talk, like, and then we're done. And then
Right.
we have people that, like, I see, every single day. So, yeah, we good.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes you need that time to miss each other, right? to come up with more stuff to talk about.
Absolutely.
So.
Now, if it's somebody, if it's like my husband, and I'll be like, yeah, listen, I want to only see him once a year, then there's a problem.
Right.
But
Right. Yeah, we don't want to do that. That's a little too much time.
That's
yeah.
it. But, it's okay. Like, I like people. I genuinely like people. And, I say it to people, like, I wish people well and things like that. I want to see people out there living their best life and doing their thing, because I know that every day I get up, I'm shooting to live my best life.
It's funny that you say that. One of the things I picked up from you, actually, is, like, when I first met you, I'm like, this lady knows everybody. Like, literally everybody.
I don't, but go on.
That's what I learned. I'm like, she actually maybe doesn't know everybody, but you approach everybody like you know them, like they're already a friend. And I think that was one of the key things. And I'm telling you, I be stealing from you all the time. I took it, and now when I approach people like they're my friend, guess what? By the time I leave that conversation, they're my friend. Well, you know what I mean. We're friendly. You know what I mean? And so, because I used to have anxiety, like social anxiety. Like, I feel like for a long time I felt like I wasn't good enough, like I wasn't attractive enough, or I wasn't tall enough, or my teeth weren't white enough, all kinds of stupid shit that went through my bad. Stupid tea that went through my head. I'm so sorry. We're live. My bad. Did I just demonetize this? Can we beep that?
Oh, yeah, this is live, baby.
Yeah, I'll watch that. No more than one.
You're
YouTube
good.
has.
You're
yeah,
good.
we're good. All right.
We're good.
So, where was I? A lot of stuff that go through my head, as far as, like, me, but people don't care about all that, is what I've learned. They care about you approaching them in an inviting, fun, positive, upbeat, smiley way. You know what I mean? People want attention. They want to be interactive. A lot of people who are introverts or aren't very interactive, in my opinion, from being introverted for a long time in my younger life, is because they're shy, or because they just don't know how to approach a conversation, or they have that social awkwardness, like there's just a lot of reasons why that have nothing to do with you, but you're sitting, maybe not you, but me, I'm sitting there in my head thinking, oh, they don't want to talk to me because I got all this stuff going on that,
wow.
They're really not even paying attention to the little gray hair that's
They don't even know.
they don't even know. They're not watch the pimple,
We don't have enough time for this, Manny, but listen, you're absolutely right. And I think you got it. I'm glad you figured that out. They're not paying attention to that, because you know what? The funny thing is, they're worried about their gray hair.
Yeah. For facts. Yeah.
See?
So those are a couple things that I learned from you, as far as, like, just approach people with the best of confidence and light, right?
Absolutely.
Love and light.
Never met a stranger. Like, I will talk. That's my motto. I've never met a stranger.
I love that.
I've never met a stranger. I mean, I didn't count the phrase, but yeah, I've never met a stranger.
You gotta get
everybody,
t-shirts.
like everybody I meet has the potential to be my friend, and like approach them with intentionality, with genuine positive vibes. And if they receive it, great. And if not, then I'm like, okay, those are not my people. And I will tell you, most people respond. Like, I walk into a room and folks will come over and introduce themselves like, hi, I just had to meet you for no reason. I'll probably never see them again in my life. Yeah. But it's like that interaction. And if somebody's negative, I promise you by the end, like, I forget about like the minute I walk away, because it's like, I'm not going to give them the opportunity to live in my head when there's so many more positive reactions, that I'm attuned to. So, but no, thank you. And I always say this, like, people are worried about like being copied, but if what I do inspires somebody to do something, I'm so grateful.
That's dope. Yeah, I'm
blessed.
I feel like I'm taking a lot of the things that you taught me, and I'm absorbing them and making them work for me in my own unique way.
And you have to. And you have to. And that's it. Like, I see people that I admire that they do things, and I'm like,
Right.
Yes, that's pretty dope. So what's next? Because I'm like, you and I
know.
always turn this into a therapy session.
Well, we have fun doing it, and I'm sure that they need therapy too.
They enjoy
Pick up
it.
those gems.
Yeah.
Because you know you need them too.
And
But
put it in and pop it out when you need it. No, we have fun.
seriously,
Like,
thank
we
you
have
so much.
fun. No.
But what's next?
Next,
we have a lot
yes.
coming
so
up.
tell me what you can share. Like, don't share what you don't want to share.
I've been moving in silence for a reason.
That's okay.
So I love the fall and I love the holidays, and I've been
Yeah.
spending a lot of time with my family and
Wonderful.
doing low-key projects
Yes.
that aren't on camera every day.
Yeah.
Manny J Media has to be sustained, which means we need work, which means there's projects that we got to do in order to bring in the money to pay for us to keep going. So we have been working on some things. Probably
Can't wait for you to share
I want
them.
to say in like April or May, we may have an actual documentary that we're going to be releasing.
That's amazing.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but I can tell you that we are doing a documentary.
Okay.
It is on a local, I don't want to say organization, but group of people who are they're going to blow your mind. So
I can't wait.
I'll be teasing that probably starting like February or March.
Yeah.
And we also have a brand new studio as well.
Yay! I wasn't going to announce it like you announced it.
I
like,
had to.
I knew about it.
I haven't said it anywhere else. This is the first time.
Yes.
I mean, not everybody is interviewing me anyway, but we do have a brand new studio.
Yes,
it's
I'm so
coming up
excited.
very soon. Probably going to be ready to go after the holidays.
Yes.
And I'm excited about that.
Look at God.
We have a lot of people in the community coming together to make that studio happen.
I love it.
I'm going to shout out one person eventually. I can't do it now because it's gonna give away the location, and I don't want to do all that.
Yeah, don't give it, because then like that. If let them know like that you're gonna shout them out and share something they might not be ready to share. Like so that's cool.
And then,
excited.
So we have a couple groups on Facebook. Shout out to John for he does so much work and being admin on those groups. But the Hollywood, that's HOLLYWOOT.
Yeah, I just got my invitation.
Okay?
Yes.
Make sure you go join that, because anybody, all the celebrities of Worcester, you can find right there. And we're also working with each other.
Yes. I love
so
it.
I just found a new wonderful group of people who we'll be sharing more about real soon, who have actually a TV series on Prime, and they're working on movies that we're going to be collaborating with, doing our production efforts, but also our marketing and promotion efforts. So where Manny J Media is really going to start moving into like the Hollywood realm, which is really crazy.
Ooh la la.
Yeah,
I love it.
So we got a lot going on.
I love
mainly
it.
in production. Also, John and I have been talking. John, I'm going to leak a little bit of our conversation because it was something that when I was at Unity Radio, I really had a love for. We're going to be building out a space where we want to start doing more recording. So if you want to do like an audio book, or you want to do some kind of music, we'll be able to accommodate you there. So we do audio and video recording, and then also the live streaming. So if anybody got an event and they want me to come live stream it, I'll be happy to come there. Certain events, obviously for a fee. But then certain other events, we could talk and figure things out.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's not going away. I'm always going to be in the community. Like I said, the holidays are here, so I'm letting everybody do them. I'm doing me, but we got a lot coming up.
Yes.
From new studio to production.
Yes.
To brand new interviews coming back February 2nd on our anniversary. Keep an eye out for season 2 of interviews. And I don't know, maybe I just might have you as my first guest in my new studio.
Wow, we'll see.
I mean, let's see. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll find out. But follow us at Manny J Media. That's MannyJaemedia on all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. Oh, by the way, we're also going to be converting. This is a lot of stuff we're going to be working on right now.
Yes.
Converting everything into podcast format for audio podcast channels. So we're going to be joining all of those.
I love it.
Putting more effort in TikTok and Instagram, because I'm old, but I'm bringing in the youngins to be able to make sure.
I was just going to say, you don't handle that. Like, get somebody else to do that.
I tried. I'm not bad at it, but I know there's a lot of others that are way better at it. And why not come together as a community?
Yeah.
Also, I'm probably saying too much, but
Go ahead. It's live. We can't delete it. So go ahead.
I'm gonna be very careful with my words because John will kill me.
John.
I do have a very important community collaborative project in the works, and that's all I can say.
Yes, I've heard about it. Well,
Have you?
I haven't heard about the project. Like,
Some
I know about the
people who are
project.
in the know.
Like, yeah, so
Yes.
that is going to be huge news, okay?
So a lot of cliffhangers, a lot of not
like,
real specific, like tangible news. But I promise, if you just follow us, you're gonna see it as it unfolds because you know you still gotta make sure that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta work a little bit silent, right?
Yeah. No, Joe, he tipped the teapot, but he didn't spill it.
Right.
But it's okay.
Some
we
tea.
love that. But
Yeah.
I think because I think for some things it's okay. Like some people like I don't do cliche, but everything in move in silence. Like I share what I want to share when I want to share. Like there's some times that I'm working on something and I know that there's so much foundation to it that I got to build before I announce it because this studio has been in me for such a very long time.
Which, by the way, kudos, because I had no idea until you announced it on Facebook the other day that this was like what it is. It's amazing.
And it started, it was a different idea, and it was something that I wanted, and it didn't work out the way it worked out, but God did it in a way. And I got to give a shout out to Jennifer Hernandez, and I'm going to share more details in January.
Shout out Jen Marketing. We love you.
Jen Hernandez and Miguelina Peralta.
Sorry, I gotta applaud Miguelina too. I don't want to.
Yeah, so they knew, they were I think the only two that were in the know, and kind of just help with that respect. But I don't want to share too much about that because I'll announce when I do the grand opening. But there's so many people in the community, that are helping and behind the scenes, and some don't want to be shouted out.
Yeah, I want to shout out everybody, but I said
I
earlier, I got into a little.
I know you do.
Somebody was like, "Bro, we're not here for all that."
Well, exactly, and because there's a particular individual in the community that I don't shout out because I know that if I shout him out, then folks are gonna probably come at him how you did this for her and not for me.
And that's what it was explained to me.
Exactly. And this person has been very instrumental in putting money in my pocket. I ain't gonna lie. They speak my name in rooms. They recommend me for things like that. And I shut them out privately, but I know they don't I want to publicly, but I also know
they
that
know who they are.
Folks, exactly.
Thank you for being great.
And that's how I feel when I help folks or coach or counsel or things like that. I don't want to share that I'm helping this person, I'm coaching this person, because that's a personal decision. You share that if you want, but I'm okay you not sharing it because it's your reward is not from man, and I'm good like that. So, but no, there's so much going on for Manny J Media. You, John, and Leanne, y'all are doing it.
Yeah,
I'm so
thank
proud
you so
of you
much.
guys.
I'm so glad that you guys see it. I really am, because it's a 24/7 operation. Owning a business, how that goes.
Whew.
And yes, the imposter syndrome kicks in, but every time I come out to you guys, all the amazing people in this community that reassure me, nah, bro, you're doing what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Can I do one more shout out?
No, okay.
Look. Don't touch my podcast. That's it.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right, I'm done.
No, that's fine. Okay, so I think you and I talked. I think I don't suffer from imposter syndrome. I do understand that's a real thing. So that's why, I really, when I speak to you, I tell you I know it's not as easy as letting it go.
Yeah.
But I truly believe that, you can.
Thank you.
Terms of you're working hard, you're putting in the work, and you belong in any space that you enter.
And I love it.
I do. You do.
Passion and
Exactly,
you have to have it, and I have that. So,
but no, you mentioned Don't Touch My Podcast. Jen and Giselle.
I love them.
Those are my girls. Giselle's my twin. Inside joke.
Yeah. Bro, Danny DeVito and Arnold. I see it. I love you, Giselle. I'm sorry.
Every time, I love taking pictures with her. But anyway,
that's awesome.
there's just Worcester. I really do want to